This one picks up months after a single professional decision quietly rewrote 3 lives forever. Sakurai Makoto never imagined that a routine home visit about a student's failing grades would end with him living under the same roof as both the student and her mother. Yet that is exactly where he finds himself. What began as duty has settled into something far more complicated, an unspoken domestic arrangement filled with shared meals, late-night conversations, and the slow erosion of every boundary he once tried to maintain. The apartment has changed with them. The once slightly chaotic home of the Iase family has taken on new routines. There are mornings when the 3 of them move around one another with the quiet familiarity of people who have stopped questioning how they ended up here. Miki still carries her sharp tongue and carefree energy, but the constant edge of rebellion has softened. She no longer skips class as often. Minami, warm and teasing as ever, treats Sakurai with a familiarity that feels both natural and dangerous. Over the months, the emotional distance between them has narrowed until the lines that once separated teacher from student, guest from host, have nearly disappeared. They have built a fragile kind of peace. Quiet evenings spent watching television. Simple dinners prepared without discussion. The comfort of knowing someone else is always in the next room. For a while, it almost feels sustainable. Almost. Then one ordinary morning shatters the illusion. Both Miki and Minami are expecting. The news lands without warning. The playful atmosphere that once filled the apartment evaporates in an instant, replaced by heavy silences and careful, incomplete conversations. Sakurai is forced to confront the full weight of the path that led them here. Every choice, every moment of weakness, every line he allowed to blur now carries permanent consequences. Miki, usually so confident and unbothered, shows rare cracks in her composure as the reality of the future settles over her. Minami, who has always projected strength, must now navigate the dual roles of mother and expectant parent while trying to keep the household from collapsing under the pressure. The 3 of them begin to talk, carefully, imperfectly, about what comes next. Practical questions mixed with emotional ones. How will they support one another? What kind of family structure can they form? How long can they keep the outside world from discovering the truth? There are no easy answers. The comfortable routine they had settled into is gone, replaced by the heavier work of facing a future none of them planned. While one household grapples with irreversible change, another story begins in a quiet apartment complex across town. A solitary young man has spent years perfecting the art of being invisible. His days are unremarkable. His nights are quiet. He asks for nothing and expects even less. That carefully maintained isolation ends the evening he is caught taking laundry that does not belong to him. The owners are his neighbors, 2 bold, confident sisters named Yukino and Natsuno. They have recorded everything. They waste no time confronting him, storming into his apartment with the kind of energy that leaves no room for excuses. Their presence fills the small space, turning a private mistake into a public reckoning. Instead of calling the authorities, the sisters demand a personal form of settlement. The demand catches the young man completely off guard. What begins as intimidation slowly shifts. Their anger softens into curiosity, then something sharper and more intentional. The power balance inside the room begins to change. The young man, who has spent his life avoiding attention, suddenly finds himself at the center of it. The confrontation that started with accusations gradually transforms into something far more personal and complicated. By the time the night ends, the isolation he once relied on has been permanently broken. The sisters leave, but they do not leave the situation behind. In the days that follow, the proximity of their apartments makes escape impossible. Every hallway encounter, every lingering glance, every memory of that night keeps the tension alive. The sisters treat the situation like an unfinished game. The young man is left trying to understand how one moment of weakness has rewritten the quiet life he thought he controlled. 2 separate stories. 2 very different households. One shared truth. Once certain people enter your life, the rules you used to live by no longer apply. In the first story, a teacher, a student, and a mother are forced to confront the permanent results of choices they never planned to make. The revelation of pregnancy raises difficult questions about responsibility, secrecy, and the shape of the family they have accidentally created. Practical concerns mix with emotional ones as they consider how to support one another and what kind of life they will build together. The comfortable routine they had settled into is now overshadowed by the need to make serious decisions about what comes next. In the second, a lonely man is pulled into a dynamic he neither sought nor fully understands. The quiet apartment that once offered solitude has become the stage for a new and unpredictable relationship, one that continues to evolve with each subsequent interaction. The sister's bold energy has already rewritten the rules of his everyday life, leaving him to navigate the consequences of a connection he never planned to form. Both narratives explore how quickly control can slip away when strong-willed individuals decide to take the lead. The more passive characters are left scrambling to keep up, forced to adapt to situations that change faster than they can process. What began as chance encounters and impulsive decisions has grown into something far more significant, forcing everyone involved to confront the weight of their choices and the uncertain futures those choices have created. The episode does not offer easy resolutions. Instead, it leaves both households standing at the edge of irreversible change. For Sakurai, Miki, and Minami, the path forward is heavy with responsibility and unanswered questions. For the young man and the gal sisters, the entanglement that began with a single mistake shows no sign of ending. In both cases, the bold energy of the gals has permanently altered the course of the lives around them. What happens next will determine whether these unexpected bonds become something lasting or collapse under the weight of the secrets and responsibilities they now carry. The full picture is only beginning to take shape, and the consequences of every decision made so far are only starting to reveal themselves.